One of the things that I really notice when I'm coaching people is that saying I want can feel like a pretty tricky phrase, actually, for a lot of people. Most of us have grown up in a culture which tells us that it's selfish to want. How many times have you heard somebody say something like, I want doesn't get? And we literally get told from a really early age that it's unacceptable to ask for what you want. And most of the models that we have for how to behave teach us that we have to go along with stuff. And when you end up going along with something or putting up with something that you don't really want, what that's essentially telling your body and telling your nervous system is that what you want doesn't matter enough. And that's just one example. So I'd invite you to pause just now for a moment actually and just think about some of the other reasons that might make it hard for you to ask for what you want. When I ask my clients that question, I hear so many things that really get in the way of them being able to ask for what they want clearly. So feeling afraid of rejection, or feeling ashamed of their desires, worried that they might be judged for wanting the thing that they want, or not wanting to be seen as demanding or needy or pushy or selfish, or prioritizing other people's needs above their own, and wanting somebody else maybe to just take care of it and look after them and just know, or actually just not knowing for themselves what they want. And of course, just because you can't ask for them, your desires don't simply just disappear. You still want them. And we're pretty resourceful creatures, so we find a lot of other ways to get our needs met, or at least to try and make ourselves feel better. Here are some of the things that I know I've done when I don't feel able to ask directly for something, and I wonder how many of these might sound familiar for you too. So sneaking it or stealing it, so taking first and apologizing later, or hinting or manipulating, trying to make somebody else want what I want, or using giving as a way of getting, or doing without it and then getting resentful or getting angry or blaming other people, or using substitutes like food or alcohol, even drugs, giving up and feeling defeated, and just shutting down. And all of this just because we can't ask directly for something that we want. And I wonder what you're noticing about how it feels to hear all of these things listed together here like this. Maybe it's a bit depressing or even a bit shameful. So I want to say here that I do have a huge amount of compassion because these are really actually survival strategies. They're ways of coping that we've found to help us get through life the best that we can. And this is how our cultures and our systems have largely shaped us because mostly none of us have never had the opportunity to learn any different. But the irony, of course, is that these strategies often actually don't result in us getting what we really want, and they can also end up hurting other people. The good news is there is a way to change this, and you can learn skills to start getting clearer about asking for what you want and asking directly. It takes a little bit of work, but it's definitely worth it. And I've noticed that the more I've improved my skills for being able to ask for what I want in this way, the more often actually I get what I want, and so therefore the more fulfilled I feel generally. And so how can you do this? Well, the Wheel of Consent is a relationship navigation tool which can help you to build skills firstly for being able to notice what you want, and that's something that many of us have become actually too shut down to do well. And then to trust and to value your needs enough to be able to communicate them clearly to another person. And when you can do that, it's much more likely to result in you actually getting what you want in a way that feels good for both you and the person that you want something from. And a lot of my clients have said to me that learning these skills has literally been life-changing for them. And that's also certainly something that I've experienced in my journey as I've deepened my skills in being able to ask for what I want. So if you'd like my support to help you get better at asking for what you want, then check out my website and get in touch. And like and subscribe on here for more of my regular tips and resources.